Hi there and welcome to this demonstration of Numero app. Numero can easily and quickly create numbers for your CAD drawings and documents. So let's just jump right into it and see how these things work. Now first, this is a newly created account, and to just demonstrate how easy it is to create numbers, let's just do that first. Now each number all numbers is going to be contained within a project. So the first thing you have to do is to create your projects. So you do that by making sure that you're in the projects link over here, and you just create a new one like so. Right, I'm just going to call this something. I'm going to say that this is my new project, and I'm going to give this a number. Let's say 3001, and click save. Now I have my number, and I can just start creating numbers. And do that by clicking the generate numbers button here at the bottom, and it's going to ask me how many numbers I want. For this example, let's make 10 numbers. Click generate, okay, and now you have your numbers right here. So that's how easy you can just make numbers. And I'm going to show you how you work with this screen, but first off, obviously the question is going to be this number. Can I change how this number is made? I have my own preferences, and the obvious question is the obvious answer is yes. You can change how that number is made. Right, so let's do that first. This number is what is generated by something called a sequence. And I think sequence is like a blueprint on how you want your numbers to be made. So let's just head over to the numbering sequence link here on the left. And you'll see that there is already one with this account. This comes with the newly created account right out of the box. It's like a default sequence that's going to help you get started. And if you go into it, you can see how this sequence is set up. You have first off, you have your project number, then a dash, year, month, dash, and the sequential and this is how it's made, as you saw in the example project. And below you can see an example of a number. You have your project, year, date, and your sequential number at the end there. And you can make this sequence as complex as you need. Many people have different complexity when it comes to this sequence, and you can you can just create it how you want it. I'm not going to go fully in depth on how you can make this sequence as complex as you possibly want it. And if you want to see more about that, you can just head over to the learning section of the website, and you can see everything made in the sequence section there. But let me just give you a brief overview of what we have. So let's just click on add a new segment, and you will see that we have some types of segments. We have something called a fixed segment, which is the project number, which is what you just saw. It's going to insert the current project number into it. And you have something called fixed text, which is exactly what the name suggests. You have a delimiter, which is also what the name suggests. There's something called a group, which is a hybrid fixed text, where you can select that these 10 numbers or what have you will be this type of group, and you can have different groups for each number. Right. Dates, you have year, month, and day. And for sequential, that is the sequences that's going to increase for each number generated. You have both local and global. Local means that this sequence is contained within the project that you're in, meaning it will start at 1 and go to whatever number, how many numbers you make. And the next project is also going to start at 1 and go up. as well. But the global one is company focused, and if you have that one selected, the first project will start at 1 and go up to whatever number you create, and the next project will continue that number and up. So that's going to be unique for absolutely each drawing you make. So this is a quick overview of what kind of segments you have. You can drag them around to reorient, and you can click on it and to change it. And you have, for the month, you have both digits and the text variant. And you have the same for the year. You have full year or short year. And you can customize this however you like. Also with the sequential, you can use numbers and letters if you like to have ABC letters instead. And you can also have some advanced resetting of that number if some conditions happen. And you can specify the increments and all of that. And if you want to see more on how you can create your exact sequence, and you want to, if you have kind of advanced sequence, go to the sequence section of this of the page, and you can see more in depth on how this is made. For now, let's just stick with the default one, and I'm happy with that. Right. So if you go back to the project, and let's just, for sake of order, create a new one called my awesome project. And if you go deeper, you can see that this project is going to ask you for which sequence this project should be using. I only have one for now, but you can make as many sequences as you like, so you can have different sequences for different types of projects if that is what you want. Also, for the number of the project, you could also create a sequence that will make a number for you automatically if you want to have that, or if you have a third-party project handling system that's going to make numbers for you, you can ignore that and just enter the number here. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to enter 3002 and click save again. So I have my second project, and I can again just create numbers. For now, let's just create 20 new numbers. And as you can see at the bottom here, it's going to ask you for what the first sequential number is going to be. And most likely this is going to be 1. But there might be situations where you already have some numbers made in a different system or somewhere else, and you want the Numero to start at, let's say, 10. So you can do that. So let's try that and click generate and OK. So now the first number is going to start at 10 and go down to 29, which is perfect. That's what we want. And as you can see, you have the project number added to the project number segment, obviously, and you have your delimiter, and you have your year and month and the sequential. Right. So now let's just have a look at what we have here within this project. Obviously, you have the numbers, as you have seen, but you have also a description. You can enter a description of what this is if you like. Let's say panel top. And you have panel bottom, and this is a bracket. What have you not? Right, so you can do this and make a description for your numbers. Next, what's going to be a frequently used thing is that you need to copy this number with the description if you have it inside and save that as your file within your CAD. And you can do that easily by clicking this link here. That's going to copy your number and description together, and you can paste it in your CAD. So if I just show you here, it's going to copy the number and the description, and you can paste it in your CAD. Awesome. Now, right, next, what we also have here is, let's say if you made a new one called panel right, like so. But if you're something like me, you wanna organize this nicely, and you wanna have panel right to be below panel bottom. You can do that quickly by using these sorting handlers on the right hand side. You can take it and drag it up to be below panel bottom, and now it is, and it has shifted bracket down and set panel right to be number 12 right now. This is all good and dandy, so you can organize everything together. You can have your panels together and your brackets together, and organize it like so. So the next thing you can do here is that you can lock your drawings. You can right click and click lock and OK. What this gonna do is gonna lock this drawing, so you cannot change the name of it, you cannot change the description of it. And the reason why you do this is because when you send out this drawing to a third party, either a supplier or a producer or what have you not, that number should not be changed, so there will be no more confusion. This numbers now is out in the world, and you want to make sure that this is not changed, so it will not clutter up or make a lot of confusion. So you can do that by just locking the number. And also, if you now try to, you can see that the sorting also is also away, and if you try to move panel bottom up, so that will be number 10, it's gonna tell you, that you cannot replace a locked drawing, and it's gonna prevent you from doing that. Also, obviously, you can unlock this, so if you accidentally lock one, you can unlock it, like so. So next, what you can do is you can, let's just lock this panel right, lock it, all right. You can also archive a locked drawing. And what that's gonna do, it's just gonna hide it away from this list. You might wanna have, and this is, an archive is great if you have some old parts you're not using anymore, you have replaced it with something else, and you don't want to have it showing up here in this list to confuse you, and you can just archive it and have it away. So you can see this jumps from 11 straight to 13, but it's going to indicate that with this thick border here, that's going to you have something archived in between those numbers. And you can show the archive by unchecking that, and you will see the archived drawings. Right. Next, what you can do is you have all sorts of search and filter. Obviously, you can search for things. If you search for all your brackets, you will find your bracket. And you can also search for numbers. 08, if I search for 018, I'll get the 018 up here, or I can just obviously search for 18 and I'll get the same. And you also have this global search. Let's say if you have, let's say there you have a colleague or a supplier or anyone that sends you this number here, and you don't know if you have a lot of projects, you want to know where that number is, you can search for it up here in the global one, and it would immediately jump into that project and even highlight it that this is this one right here. So that's a good thing. So it's quite easy to find what you're looking for. Also here in Numero, if you want to search for your numbers. Right. Next, what you have is on your right hand side here, you have this information button. That's just gonna show you just who did what and when, just some information regarding this drawing here. You also have some filterings if you want to filter out, if you have a long list of numbers and you want to filter out by some dates or users, you can do that with the filter right there. All right, so the last thing I'm going to show you is what you can do when you have multiple users working on this project. Let's say you have a bunch of colleagues working on your awesome project, and there is one more feature that's activated when you have multiple people working on it, and I'm going to show you that right now. Right, what I've done now is I have added Jacob to my team, here in Numero, and I can now give Jacob access to this project so he can work on this project with me. I can do that by clicking edit on this project, and I've gotten this user access tab at the top here, and I'm just going to select Jacob and click save. So now Jacob also has access to this project, and a new thing that you might see pop up is the claimed by column here. And that's the new thing with when you have more people working on this project or access to your project, and that is the ability to claim some numbers for yourself. So let's say if we start this project and we generate, let's say, 100 numbers, and you're gonna work on a part and you wanna reserve, let's say, the first 20 numbers to be your numbers. You wanna and you don't want other people on your team to take them. So what you can do is you can select multiple rows, and you can right click and you can claim them like so. Okay, now these are claimed by me, the logged in user. Those are my rows now. So I can add a description, but Jacob or anyone else cannot. So these are yours to work with. And it also gives Jacob and all the other on the team a nice visual image of that these numbers are taken, and they should claim their own. So that's also a part of Numero when you have a team. Obviously, you can also release them, so if you claimed too many, like so. So this was a quick and easy demonstration of Numero and how it can create numbers for you. And you can get started for free and jump in and try it out yourself. There's also a demo client. You can log in and just click around and try it out yourself. That demo client is going to be reset every night. So just go nuts and try it out.